Of all the things to get for that long quest regarding the 9 divines, I require a blessing from an actual Thalmor. The 9? What kind of mockery is this? You know they don't support Talos, right? Well, I cannot say this quest was given to me by the 9. It was several months ago, and I chip away at this long one whenever I am in the area, as it completely spans the entire province. Anyways, I am to also go and see this man who wants to rescue his girl from slavers afterwards, so we will counter the filth of the Thalmor with killing slavers. Sounds good to me. Slavery was outlawed long ago, everywhere in the Empire, including Morrowind near the end of the Third Era. So I don't know how slaves are being bought and sold in Skyrim. Sounds like the type of scum that needs my swords thrust right through them. Now, don't know if I've spoken enough about her. Of course I have. She is my love. My wife. Serana is a major part of my life right now, and the love I feel for her gives me so much extra push to do the things I do. To get up, excited for the day of adventuring with her by my side. You know how I describe the feeling of absorbing dragon souls? The tingly rush of positivity and power. That is what I feel from her. On a smaller scale, but one that lasts all day, every day. Serana knows the importance of our work. So do all my companions, even if the world outside of the Blades, Parthenax, and the Greybeards do not. My own brother had trouble digesting it when I claimed to be the Dragonborn. There is no one else in all of Nirn that is doing the important work we are doing. Well, let's be real, that I am doing. My companions are helping me survive, but they cannot do it without me, because only I can destroy a dragon. With that said, having your love at your side is the best way to be doing the most dangerous job in the world. I will never be left alone. I will never be let down. I will always have someone fight for me, all the way to the end. I'm seeking all these blessings across Skyrim, but I was truly blessed by the gods when I met Serana. I was on the run, afraid, scared of what was tracking me when I entered Skyrim and Last Seed, only for those fears to manifest into a hard reality. I fought daily for my survival. I also became the Dragonborn during that time. With new powers, a new focus, a new life, those assassins after me were not of much concern anymore, especially with my friends there to help. And when the family was finally destroyed, I could finally give being the Dragonborn my all. And around that time, that is when I met Serana. I was no longer afraid by then. I had faced my fears and conquered them. With that, I was able to see the world differently. I gave Serana, a vampire, a chance. Something I never saw myself doing before. Yes, she said she charmed me in self-defense, but that would have long worn off by now. I never regretted rescuing her, or falling in love with her. I am the Dragonborn. I am of great importance to save our world. My enemies are nigh insurmountable. I may not live to see the end, and as grim as it all may be, Serana has made it endurable. Lucian, where have you been? Where? There you are. Hey.
Hello there.
What you been up to? Well, I'm glad you're here.
I know.
Alright, I have to escort this one to the Thalmor Embassy, which is actually pretty close nearby. So, let's take that off. This way, there's 2 more to get. One in Windhelm, and actually one in Eastmarch, where Windhelm is the capital of.
If there's someone out there smithing more of this madness ore for Thoron's minions, we need to put a stop to it. Don't you agree?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm not even sure where that is. Anyways, we're going to do this. Also, right next to it, right by it, look in the wrong one, is where that one with who was going to pretend that I was a slave buyer. He's right there. Meet Vardath outside of Rothvine Manor, northwest of the Thalmor Embassy. Okay, so I'll escort this one to the Thalmor Embassy, then do that. Let's see. Let's just might as well mark it on my map. Is it the Fallen? Nope. Let's continue on. It would be nice wandering with the Aurora above. I'm not even sure if we're going to encounter anything bad. We've been all through these hills. Usually it's beasts that are here. Oh, hello?
Yes? All right, then.
You look like an adventurer, kind of. Let's see, what's the best way to go? It's just... oh. Well, okay. The best way to get to the Thalmor Embassy would be go straight north, but there's no paths here. Or is there? Yeah, let's go this way. I remember coming this way on the carriage. I like solitude. Ooh, I really do. Hey, that was unexpected. Stupid bear. It's dead before I can even get up. Wow. Take your arrow. Getting cold. Little white fox. They're kind of like the one we have back home. Green, pink. Quite magical out here tonight. Embrace the cold. It's what we Nords do. Until I start complaining about it. Until then, embrace it. Yeah, this was the route to the Thalmor Embassy. Pretty close to Solitude.
We have arrived. A pleasant surprise, all things considered.
Well, I don't think they're going to want to see me here. I killed half their people.
Now to fulfill my part of the bargain, I give you the blessing of Julianos. May his wisdom guide you on your quest. As for myself, I have an urgent meeting with Elenwen I must attend to.
So
Will
what's
someone
next for our
please come to the
adventures?
gate? Do not let my appearance dissuade you. I am a Thalmor Justicia. Hello? Anyone?
Right, well, you lived up to your part. I brought you here, I lived up to my part. Getting in, that's on you. Right, so that is done. Though I do have to laugh at it. Where is it? Way of the Nine. Okay, so there's two more to get. Brute of Talos, Mark of Debella. What? Pay off the Mark of Zenithar. Receive the blessing of Warriors of the 8 Divines? I don't even know where that is. Would think that it'd all be on my map. Okay. Well, maybe I missed it. One is in Windhelm. That's the Brute of Talos. The other one is Mark of Debella, right out to, or inside the, no, it's outside of the Eldergleam Sanctuary in East March. So then there's two more? Pay off the Marks of Zenithar. I don't know. Did everything in Markarth? Well, maybe I'm just not seeing it. I saw two on the map. Oh, there's one nearby in Dragonbridge. Pay off the Merc of Zenithar. Alright, so that's close by too. That's something we can do. It's in Hafingar. So there's still one missing. Right, so let's go meet Vardath outside of Rothvine Manor. Pretend. I don't know. Not a good time for it. Let's go. Thanks for following, Princess. Somebody should be riding the horse. Right behind me, Serena. Just would be hard to fight on the horse. She'd have to get off, then I get off. Or I guess we can practice getting off quickly off the top of the horse. But it would slow everything down. Did I go the wrong way? Maybe there was a way through there, because I thought it was an end. If I go back to Thalmor Embassy, then go west from there, that should probably do it. Alright, the Thalmor Embassy is right there. And I kind of was right. There is a home over there. It's a bit of a dead end. Ah, sorry, Princess. What a place to make a home. Isolated other than the embassy. Who wants to live next to that? Ah, I guess you who I'm supposed to go meet. It's actually not a bad looking home. Not like Lakeview Manor though. We've got the dragon. I think it saw me. Get ready for a dragon fight. Can't lose this man here though. Supposed to help him. Come on, dragon. Hey, do you see me? Ooh, oh, it sees me alright. Ah, that's like the easiest dragon ever. What's this? Are you Thalmor? Let's see what's on this dragon. Get my one arrow back. I don't want to take any more bones. Hello.
Welcome to Rothvine Manor, friend, where people come for the slaves, but stay for the charm.
Ah, place of slaves.
Hold on. Didn't I tell you to find some better clothes? Oh, they're never going to let us inside with you looking like that.
What are you serious? Forgot about that. I don't have any fine clothes on me.
Hey, Lucian, this way.
What's wrong with what I'm wearing? I think I look splendid.
Maybe for a foray into a dungeon, but not if you want to convince people you're a serious buyer. Solitude isn't far from here. Head on over to Radiant Raiment, and hurry.
Ugh, really? Princess, come here. Maybe I put it on you. Well, I've got this nice casual wear, but it's still armor. I guess I have to do what he says. I got this rope here. You know what? Let's just try this. Let me go change. What's that? Just yours. That's why they're here. Change in front of it, just your. I might become enamored with my Nord bits. Okay. Pick up this. I look more respectable. It's not a bad outfit. I don't know if it will pass with him, but I'm also going to, only a Nord could do this. Bathe in the snow. Wife, if you want to come watch me, that's fine, but I want to be left alone. Otherwise, everyone else. Yes, watch me as I clean myself in the snow. Just want to make sure I smell the part, look the part, clean. I should have swords at my side, though. Like I may be just a buyer of slaves. I'm pretending to be anyways, but... yeah, I think I look good. I'm not even sure why I have that to my horse. If it doesn't pass, then we have to go back to Solitude.
I cannot wait to meet it.
Hello. Is this not good enough? They won't... fine, let's go back. We'll go spend the night in Solitude.
Please, share
We've
some
got
of your
Imperials
knowledge.
over there.
I am in a learning mood.
Alright. Think I look suitable. Hello. Alright, how's this for fine clothing?
Much better. You'll fit right in now, provided you brought the gold. You did bring the gold,
I've
didn't
got tons of gold. Here, 1,000 gold.
you? Excellent. Now don't worry, it's only temporary. You'll get all your gold back and more when this is done. Guard, my friend here is the noble I was referring to earlier. I have the entry fee right here.
Thank you, sir. Go right on in.
Well, that should take care of getting us inside. Now you can mingle, or even bid on a slave. In fact, it would probably be best if you did, seeing as that's what you're here for. Now remember, no rough stuff. I don't want my dear Vela to get caught in the melee. The goal is to sneak her out. As for a plan, well, I confess I don't quite have one yet. But I'll figure something out. Just maybe during the recess.
You're making this much tougher than I thought it would be. So, he wants me to get his love out of there.
God, I didn't catch your name. Or your birth sign. The apprentice, am I right?
We're not supposed to talk to the guests.
Oh, don't be such a bore. Talk to me.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm on duty.
So it has something to do with the Thalmor.
This orc was born and raised in a stronghold. He's worked the mines all his life. What about you, sir? Do you have 1,000 gold to bid on this titan?
Oh, indeed I do. Indeed I do.
1,000 from the gentleman in the fine furs. Do I hear two? Keep in mind, this isn't just any orc. He is disciplined, loyal, and there is not a trace of skooma in his blood.
That's what you say.
1,000 going once, going twice, sold. The gentleman in the front.
Slavery is supposed to be banished. What is this even going on? Anyways, I could use a drink. Blackbriar meat.
Our next item is a lovely maid from Elin here. Discerning buyers will notice the pristine condition of her scales. That is because she is accustomed to serving her master indoors, lest her beauty wither in the hot, unforgiving sun. Shall we start the bidding at 500 gold?
500 gold.
500 from the gentleman up front. Do I hear 1,000?
I could take her.
1,000. 1,000 gold from the charming young lady.
If only we
Do I
had
hear
some way to
1,500?
decipher the runes on that
For
lexicon.
that price,
The secrets of the Elder Scroll will be ours to read without fear.
Worth every coin.
Perhaps
Keep
one
in
day.
mind, ladies and gentlemen, this is a fully trained Argonian maid. She will sweep your floors, dust your cabinets, and if the situation calls for it, she will knead your loaf.
1750 then.
1750! Will that be the final bid for this lovely young lizard from Elin here? Going once, going twice.
25.
What was that, Sirrah? Did I hear 25?
That's right, auctioneer. 2,500 septums.
A bid from the Imperial, 2,500 gold for this beautiful young Argonian. Do I hear 3? Going once? Going twice? Going 3 times?
I stay silent.
Sold! To the Imperial in the fine robes. That concludes the early session. We will now take a brief recess before returning with the conclusion of today's auction.
Hello.
Safe travels.
There's a Khajiit in here. Looks like he could be a slave too.
Oh, are you my new master?
Yes, my dumpling, I am.
Dumpling.
But worry not, my sweet. I will be gentle. Have you ever needed an imperial loaf?
My apologies, master, but is it different from the loaves in Hammerfell? They grow quite large, and I was often asked to fit more than one in my oven. I fear it may take many tries before I can properly sate master's appetite.
Oh, by the gods. I don't even know if
Plenty
I
of
want to be
time,
here.
my sweet. Plenty of time.
Let's move. Move. That is terrible.
In Cyrodiil,
Sorry.
we respect each other's personal space.
How about stop blocking everything? He said he wanted to speak to me during a recess.
Who's there?
Who would buy a slave, an Argonian slave to, no. Don't even want to go there.
How do I look? You know, there's something to this glass armor. Why fight when you can just blind your enemies to death?
You just want to be
In
a
any
guard?
case, change in plans. Or rather, the start of one. Put on that armor, and I'll follow you inside. We'll sneak my dear Ravella out of this place before anyone realizes what's happened.
Okay. What about the other slaves?
Well, what about them? We can't save them all. And if you start killing people, they might just all end up dead.
Right, he wants me to put on their armor. Well, here I am, dressed as one of your slaver guards. You think that'll get us into where they keep the slaves, huh?
Yes, my dumpling, I am. But
Speak quickly.
Still talking to her over there.
I will be gentle.
Ready yet?
Have you
Hey.
ever...
What are you two doing away from your posts?
My apologies, master, but is it different?
Our partner has ataxia. We need to make sure the merchandise wasn't affected.
Lorcan's eyes. Do you realize what they'll do to us if one of the clients is infected? Get in there and give them this potion.
Properly sate masters.
I'll make sure you two aren't disturbed.
Plenty of time, my sweet. Plenty of time.
So the recess is over already. Such a pity. I was
What?
just getting used to this cage.
Your sweetheart isn't here.
Is your name Sergius? Who wants to know? Your debtors.
Wait.
Imperial. It's time to pay up.
Ah, I see where this is. You lied to me.
How in oblivion did you find me? It wasn't easy. A slave has no identity. But a thief, he leaves his signature wherever he goes. And you were careless when you stole
I'm a
it from
thief.
your last master. Wait, before you do anything stupid, listen to me. I can pay you double whatever your employer is paying. That sounds like
Varda.
reasonable.
What you're doing isn't right. You came here to execute somebody that owes money to your masters?
I've had enough of you.
There was no sweetheart, you lied. I don't know what this man's crimes are exactly, but I know that you lied to me and are about to execute them. Hey.
Oh, thank you, stranger. We don't have much time, but I'm a man of my word. Take this key. It opens a chest in Swindler's Den, under a staircase in the water.
Swindler's Den, staircase under the water. Okay. Hey, you're free. I'm going to kill all the slavers out there. What's this note from Gabania? Ralothi, after a thorough investigation, I have learned the wagon was headed for Solitude as promised, when it was intercepted by a vigilante. Oh, that's at Dunmer. The Baron takes these incidents very seriously, and has already secured an alternate route of transit, taking advantage of the docks along the northern shore. From now on, all property will arrive via the docks where your men can see to personally that they reach Rothvine Manor. The Baron is sorry for any delays this has caused. Florentus Avenucci. It's not from him, it's to him. So that Gabonio is also behind slavery here in Skyrim. You know, it's quite illegal. Huh. Hello?
We heard a commotion outside. Is everything all right?
Well? Just a minor disagreement. He wanted to kill the slave. I'm here to free him.
What do you mean, free him? Guards, we have an intruder.
Alright. Kill the guards. Hate killing beautiful women.
Good enough.
We got them all. Lucian.
How can I help you?
Come.
Right you are. Let's get back to it.
Huh. Imperials and, this, I don't know what that opens up. Imperials and Dunmer. Everybody else got out of here. Not really interested in loot. Lavender. Anything here is free for the taking. Messy in here. You're free. Oh, I can't open this door. No, I took the key. Doesn't work. Let's get out of here. That man, he lied to me. He got what was coming. And that is that. Over with.
There you are.
Die.
What's going on? Strong cloaks. Where there's one, there's more.
This is a day. That's your bed? Yeah.
Right in your helmet. Got her. Where's she?
This must be that beautiful Skyrim weather I've always heard about.
Hey, I love it up here. Oh, she's right here. Right, now with this done, why don't we go down to Dragon Reach? Or Dragon Bridge, I should say. Which is really close by. And I'm going to get rid of this awful Rothvine slaver armor. Get rid of the fine clothes too. Don't need it. Kind of a waste of time. We did free some slaves. And maybe that was good. What's this? Bandits! Hey, stop running.
I'm surprised you've lasted so long. Now hurry up and die.
Stop running.
Damn you!
Get some of my arrows back. Alright, after that, which is actually a little exhausting, we're going to go down to Dragon Bridge. Mike. To get cold, cat. Even a Nord gets cold here. What is that? More bandits? No necromancers. Whoa, that is cold. I cannot get close. Oh, by the gods, that is annoying. Where are you? Can't move fast. You know what? That's kind of the power of a spell. You can't move fast and you just freeze to death trying to get to them. Where are you? Got a minute ago. Just seems to me like all of Skyrim needs a great big cleaning. Where all this trash come from? It's actually pretty annoying. Oh, I don't even know where they all are. I could try to track them. No, this... There's one right here.
I was always tough.
Not that they have strangulation. What kind of spell tome is that?
To avoid these types of ruins. I think I see why now.
Anywhere else? There's that one to the left. I already have it. Got that one up top. Good enough. Right, to Dragon Bridge. Let's try to get there without getting accosted by fools like this. No, I heard that there's a camp nearby. Dragon Bridge is right there. I don't see anything. There's a nice lake there. That's not a lake, it's a river. I haven't really been down that way, but... Oh, wait. There is a camp there. We'll go check it out after we go to Dragon Bridge. We have to get the blessing, the mercenary Zenith Zenithar? I don't even know. Well, winter's coming to a close as if it's not over. I think it's over soon. Winter... What now? What's happening inside of here? Everywhere I go, there's people fighting. Somebody's preying upon somebody else. Oh, it's a saber cat.
Gorgeous as always, my love.
Why is there a saber cat in here?
Hello.
Hi. I see you every time I go into an inn.
Yeah.
Huh?
Wow.
You might think that all I do is travel around Skyrim, visiting inns and taverns.
What in the gods? That was like the tallest woman I've ever seen in my life. Didn't hope she's Ultimar.
Need something?
Anyways, how did this get in here?
Huh?
Seriously, that is the
something
weirdest
I can
thing
do
ever.
for
I mean,
you?
I could see bandits breaking in. Those assassins that used to come after me, they used to love breaking into inns, which made me nervous staying there. But a saber cat. What did someone see one? Some half-blind person see one coming to the door and just open up the door for it, thinking it's a dog?
To do in this god's-forsaken place.
I don't know.
I'm glad I ran into you.
Anyways, I'm supposed to find somebody. Let me see specifically what it says. The Way of the Nine. Pay off the Merc of Zenithar. Who looks like a... This kind of looks like a mercenary. Hey? Hello? Tell me about yourself.
It's pretty simple. In this world, you got people who want other people dead. They pay me to kill them.
Well? And you charge 1,000? All the other ones charge 500. I notice you charge twice as much as any other mercenary.
Is that right? Didn't really think about it. Just tried to put a number on what you're getting.
Well, you got to pay for the way you live, but you're badly misreading the mercenary market.
Hey, I'm just a dumb old merc. Don't know nothing about anything. But I'll lower my prices when people stop paying them.
I see. That's actually smart. Why would I choose you over that Belrand up at Winking Skeever?
The choice is as clear as the reasons, brother. Belran likes to say, you can go for a swordsman or a spellcaster, but why not have both? He likes to say that a lot. Why not have both? I'll tell you why. It's like you're out for a meal, you get the choice of pie or fish. Belrand is like a pie made out of fish. Why not have both? That's why.
So should I hire the idiot who does nothing well instead?
Why? You looking to hire yourself? Because you can't be talking about me. It's not like all those skulls scattered around Skyrim bashed themselves in.
Well, you never know. This is a weird land. Nirn is weird. Right, well, you're definitely the mercenary I think I'm looking for. Any interesting news, rumors, thoughts?
I tend to have only happy thoughts. Mostly because I only think about one thing. It's round, gold, and buys me mead. My next opinion of the war will be my first. My only opinions on the dragons is that I don't care.
You should care. The world could very well end tomorrow.
Wow, you're right. I better spend my last day doing what I love, which is drinking mead and killing people for coin. Wait.
Anyways, I need to hire you for a specific job.
Yeah? It might cost you extra, depending on how dangerous it is. Hell, make it dangerous enough and it might cost you less, but it'll still cost.
All I need is your blessing, not your blade.
Well, I'd almost do it for free, except I don't know what that word means. If I had to take a guess, it means 1,200 septims.
Here's 1,500 gold, not to septum more.
You got yourself a deal. And don't worry, you're getting the better end of it. And I believe I owe you a drink.
Mogo's mead, alright. Well, thank you. That's one. Now there's 2 left. East March has both of them. Well, I might as well drink after what we went through. Oh, Mogo's mead. That restores stamina. But Blackbriar mead. Can't go wrong with that. Ah, 2. Fill myself up on mead. It's getting quite late. Let's stay the night. There's a lot of strange people in this one inn. Of course, I don't know everybody.
I saw a mud crab the other day. Horrible creatures.
Hello?
Huh?
Oh, I remember this bard. Actually, the bard made me laugh. Hey, hello?
Citizen.
Right, you're the one that sets me on the path to kill that anvil murderer. What makes you think she's in Skyrim?
There have been several witnesses' accounts of a raven-haired thief posing as a bard.
That was
As
it.
you know, most who reside here are light of hair and tall in stature, which already narrows down the list of possible culprits. And while there are bards in Skyrim from here to Riften, there is only one capable of playing that song. Dusk at that little harbor was its name, if I recall it correctly.
Dusk of Anvil Harbor, yes.
A beautiful but solemn tune about the sunset over the Gold Coast and the tragic death of a loved one.
Any advice for a traveler?
They say when dealing with others, you have to know when to use the carrot and when to use the stick. Yet by when, they really mean on whom. I think the word when is rather appropriate. There's more than just differences from person to person. People themselves can have very different personalities depending on the time of day. You never want to berate your spouse, for instance, first thing in the morning. Older seems to neglect this advice.
Okay. Well, I guess that was a failure. I mean, I know who she is. Maybe I should just go murder her. Right, we have to spend the night.
I keep the inn.
I'd like to rent a room.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Hey, Inigo.
Have something to say?
Yeah. Just, take it easy, huh?
Ask away.
Relax here.
Why not? Let me know when you are ready to move on.
Did Lucian make it with us? He's always getting lost or going off to do his own thing. Maybe he's getting bored of being with us. Maybe I should just tell him to go back to the Dumbspithar or whatever. Redcap, stay here. Oh, wait. You're kind of blinding me with that. Do you want a drink? Redcap.
Dizzy drink. Give.
Okay, have some spice wine. Okay, is your friend gonna show up again? He just literally appears right next to him. Check to see. Is there a place to cook in here? I'd cook this meat up. Where's your friend? Just wait right here.
The Dova and Bladecap are one.
Alright, wait here.
I wait here.
Let's see. What do I have to eat? Boiled cream treat. Oop, added another meat. Good enough. Another treat. Boiled cream treat. Nothing? Where's Sanguine? That would get everyone here talking for a while. Alright, well then, what is that? Oh, it's a cat that's in there. Is it eating it? Oh, weird.
Is there something I can do for you?
I thought this was some sort of freak. It's this saber cat with a tentacle coming out of the front of it. There's a cat in there. Right, that's it then. Let's go to bed. Ugh, one of these small beds. Well, it'll have to do. Alright, not a bad night. I slept well. Kept warm by my wife next to me in that small bed. I've been waiting for this for a while. Argonian Account Book 1. Now I have to get the 4th one, which I can buy, hopefully. I heard it's for sale over at the College of Winterhold. The Argonian Account Book 1 by Wagwan Jarth. This has Decimus Scotti return. On a minor but respectable plaza in the Imperial City sat, or perhaps lounged, Lord Vanek's building commission. It was an unimaginative, austere building not noted so much for its aesthetic or architectural design as for its prodigious length. If any critics wondered why such an unadorned, extended erection held such fascination for Lord Vanek, they kept it to themselves. In the 398th year of the Third Era, Decimus Scotti was a senior clerk at the Commission. It had been a few months since the shy, middle-aged man had brought Lord Vanek the most lucrative of all contracts, granting the Commission the exclusive right to rebuild the roads of Valenwood, which had been destroyed in the 5-year war. For this, he had become the darling of the managers and the clerks, spending his days recounting his adventures, more or less faithfully, although he did omit the ending of the tale, since many of them had partaken in the celebratory unthrappa roast provided by the Silenstre. Oh, that was awful. I really hope that this is a made-up story. Informing one's listeners that they've gorged on human flesh improves very few stories of any good taste. Scotti was neither particularly ambitious nor hard-working, so he did not mind that Lord Vanek had not given him anything to actually do. Whenever the squat little gnomish man, I didn't know he was that small, would happen upon that's Lord Vanek, would happen upon Decimus Scotti in the offices, Lord Vanek would always say, "You're a credit to the Commission. Keep up the good work." In the beginning, Scotti had worried that he was supposed to be doing something, but as the months went on, he merely replied, "Thank you, I will." There was, on the other hand, the future to consider. He was not a young man, and though he was receiving a respectable salary for someone not doing actual work, Scotti considered that soon he might have to retire and not get paid for not doing work. It would be nice, he decided, if Lord Vanek, out of gratitude for the millions of gold the Valenwood contract was generating, might deign to make Scotti a partner, or at least give him a small percentage of the bounty. Decimus Scotti was no good at asking for things like that, which was one of the reasons why, previous to his signal successes in Valenwood as a senior clerk for Lord Atreus, he was a very lousy agent. He had just about made up his mind to say something to Lord Vanek when his lordship unexpectedly pushed things along. "You're a credit to the Commission," the waddling little thing said, and then paused. "Do you have a moment free on your schedule?" Scotti nodded eagerly, and followed his lordship to his hideously decorated and very enviable hectare of office space. "Zenithar blesses us for your presence at this commission," the little fellow squeaked grandly. "I don't know whether you know this, but we were having a bad time before you came along. We had impressive projects for certain, but they were not successful. In Blackmarsh, for example, for years we've been trying to improve the roads and other routes of travel for commerce. I put my best man, Flessus Tijo, on it. But every year, despite staggering investments of time and money, the trade along those routes only gets slower and slower. Now, we have your very clean, very profitable Valenwood contract to boost the Commission's profits. I think it's time you were rewarded." Scotti grinned a grin of great modesty and subtle avarice. "I want you to take over the Blackmarsh account from Flessus Tijo. Scotty shook as if awakening from a pleasant dream to hideous reality. My lord, I couldn't. Nonsense, chirped Lord Vanek. Don't worry about Tijo. He will be happy to retire on the money I give him, particularly as soul-wrenchingly difficult as this Black Marsh business has been. Just your sort of a challenge, my dear Decimus. Scotty couldn't utter a sound, though his mouth feebly formed the words no, as Lord Vanek brought out the box of documentation on Black Marsh. You're a fast reader, Lord Vanek guessed. You can read it all en route. En route to Black Marsh, of course. The tiny fellow giggled. You are a funny chap. Where else would you go to learn about the work that's being done? And how to improve it? I know I've read these books. I would much rather go back to Valenwood than Black Marsh. Black Marsh sounds awful. The next morning, even if there's cannibals in Valenwood, that's still better than what's in Black Marsh. The next morning, the stack of documentation hardly touched. Decimus Scotty began the journey southeast to Black Marsh. Lord Vanek had hired an able-bodied guard, a rather taciturn red guard named Malik, to protect his best agent. They rode south along the Nibbin, and then southeast along the Silverfish. That's where my town was. On Silverfish Falls, in the mouth of the river, which no longer exists. Back then it did exist, if this was real. It was, what, 150 years? No, 200. About 250 years ago. Continuing on into the wilds of Cyrodiil, where the river's tributaries had no names, and the very vegetation seemed to come from another world than the nice civilized gardens of the northern imperial province. Scotty's horse was tied to Malik, so the clerk was able to read. It made it difficult to pay attention to the path they were taking, but Scotty knew he needed at least a cursory familiarity with the Commission's business dealings in Black Marsh. No carriage this time. I thought he only rode by carriage, that one. It was a huge box of paperwork going back 40 years, when the Commission had first been given several million in gold by a wealthy trader, Lord Zealousys Pinos Ravina, to improve the condition of the road from Gideon to Cyrodiil. Gideon, that is in Black Marsh, is it not? 40 years they've been working on that. They can't get it done in 40 years? At that time, it took 3 weeks, a preposterously long time, for the rice and root he was importing to arrive, half rotten in the imperial province. Pinos Ravina was long dead, but many other investors over the decades, including Pelagius IV himself, had hired the Commission to build roads, drain swamps, construct bridges, devise anti-smuggling systems, hire mercenaries, and, in short, do everything that the greatest empire in history knew would work to aid trade with Black Marsh. According to the latest figures, the result of this was that it took 2.5 months for goods, now thoroughly rotten, to arrive. Scotty found that when he looked up after concentrating on what he was reading, the landscape always changed. Always dramatically, always for the worse. "This is Blackwood, sir," said Malik to Scotty's unspoken question. It was dark and woodsy, so Decimus Scotty thought that a very appropriate name. I've been through there quite a bit, actually. It's south of Silverfish Falls, along the border of Black Marsh. We patrolled there quite a bit, so I would say I've been back and forth hundreds of times in my day. It was the Blackwood Forest, and east of there is Black Marsh. No one went there. Not that it wasn't part of the Empire, it's just, well, that was part of it, sorry, but everyone knew that Black Marsh just wasn't right. Even though there was no war or anything like that with the Argonians. The question he longed to ask, which in due course he did ask, was, "What's that terrible smell?" "Slough Point, sir," Malik replied, as they turned the next bend, where the umbrageous tunnel of tangled tree and vine opened to a clearing. There squatted a cluster of formal buildings in the dreary imperial design favored by Lord Vanek's commission and every emperor since Tiber, together with a stench so eye-blindingly, stomach-wrenchingly awful that Scotty wondered suddenly if it were deadly poisonous. The swarms of blood-colored, sand-grain-sized insects obscuring the air did not improve the view. Scotty and Malik batted at the buzzing clouds as they rode their horses towards the largest of the buildings, which on approach revealed itself to be perched at the edge of a thick black river. From its size and serious aspect, Scotty guessed it to be the Census and Excise office for the wide white bridge that stretched across the burbling dark water to the reeds on the other side. It was a very nice, bright, sturdy-looking bridge, built, Scotty knew, by his commission. A poxy, irritable official opened the door quickly on Scotty's first knock. Come in quickly. Don't let the flesh flies in. Flesh flies? Decimus Scotty trembled. You mean they eat human flesh? If you're fool enough to stand around and let them, the soldier said, rolling his eyes. He had half an ear, and Scotty, looking around at the other soldiers in the fort, noted that they were all well chewed. One of them had no nose at all to speak of. Ugh. Now, what's your business? Scotty told them and added that if they stood outside the fortress instead of inside, they might catch more smugglers. You better be getting concerned with getting across that bridge, the soldier sneered. Tide's coming up, and if you don't get a move on, you won't get to Black Marsh for 4 days. Flesh flies. There were flies, but I don't remember that. Flesh flies. Swarms of them, no. But no one lets flies crawl around on their face. Ugh, that is a horrible idea. So, that was absurd. A bridge swamped by a rising tide on a river? Only look in the soldier's eyes told Scotty he wasn't joking. Upon stepping out of the fort, he saw that the horses, evidently tired of being tortured by the flesh flies, had ripped free of the restraints and were bounding off into the woods. The oily water of the river was already lapping on the planks, oozing between the crevices. Scotty reflected that perhaps he would be more willing to endure a wait of 4 days before going to Black Marsh. But Malik was already running across. Scotty followed him, wheezing. He was not in excellent shape and never had been. The box of commission materials was heavy. Halfway across, he paused to catch his breath, and then discovered he could not move. His feet were stuck. The black mud that ran through the river was a thick, gluey paste, and having washed over the plank Scotty was on, it held his feet fast. Panic seized him. Scotty looked up from his trap and saw Malik leaping from plank to plank ahead of him, closing fast on the reeds on the other side. "Help!" Scotty cried. "I'm stuck." Malik did not even turn around, but kept jumping. "I know, sir. You need to lose weight." What to reply? Decimus Scotty knew he was a few pounds over and had meant to start eating less and exercising more, but embarking on a diet hardly seemed to promise timely aid in his current predicament. Maybe he means more literally, you have to drop some things you're carrying. No diet on Nirn would have helped him just then. However, on reflection, Scotty realized that the Red Guard intended that he drop the box of documents, for Malik was no longer carrying any of the essential supplies he had with him previously. With a sigh, Scotty threw the box of commission notes into the glop and felt the plank under him rise 1/4 of an inch, just enough to free him from the mud's clutches. With an agility born of extreme fear, Scotty began leaping after Malik, dropping onto every third plank and springing up before the river gripped him. In 46 leaps, Decimus Scotty crashed through the reeds onto the solid ground behind Malik and found himself in Black Marsh. He could hear, behind him, a slurping sound as the bridge and his container of important and official records of commission affairs was consumed by the rising flood of dark filth, never to be seen again. This always seems to happen to him. But I don't remember exactly how this story ends, but I remember some of the bad parts. Knowing Decimus Scotty, he'll come out of it all right somehow. I hope. It would be sad if it actually ends with his death. Being eaten by the flesh flies. Eek. No, their flies were nasty, but I don't remember swarms of red flesh flies that would eat your flesh. No one would be on a posting like that. Or there would be some kind of mage assigned there with some kind of... Why can't I orientate this right? Who would fix it with some kind of spells to help. Anyways, it's morning. Let's go... Hey, it's on its feet now. Let's go to, this thing's gonna start smelling. You guys are gonna need to remove it. Let's go see about that camp that we saw. Wow, this one was really difficult to get through. You know how people complain about how buggy Bethesda games can be? Well, Bethesda mods can be far worse. I spent hours trying to get this one done. I mean, extra hours just trying to get the quest done. It was so buggy that I had to quit for several hours before trying to just get the quest part done itself, not even the video. The last half of the video I saved for the next day, which was today. I've never had issues like that trying to complete quests with one of the biggest mods I'm using, the Serana Dialogue add-on. However, she is still bugged out with her horse, but which I cannot do anything about, even when in contact with those officially supporting the mod on Nexus Mods. I think to truly fix that bug, I have to upgrade to the latest version of the mod, which is impossible because it corrupts your saved game, meaning it will no longer work, and yes, I already did a test on that last spring. They say to update from my version to the latest, I have to start a new game, so there is literally nothing I can do unless I want to start my game over again and catch up to where I am in-game now in my videos, which would take me several weeks of non-stop playing all day to get there. But yes, I really dislike mod quests not working right. There's usually much less support for things like that to be found online. This one from Interesting NPCs was one of them, so it took me some time experimenting to get it done on my end. Anyway, it's over with. Hopefully that will be the last buggy mod quest until I am done with the story of Torald Jensen. Thanks for watching. Take care.